traffic for the Maritime Fusion net. This is Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar number, net controls this evening, and we're now listening for emergency or priority traffic. Go ahead, please. This net meets each Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Atlantic time, in the CQ Maritime room of 60207. The net is open to all radio amateurs in the Maritime province and is scheduled to last about 1 hour. Ce réseau se tient tous les mercredis soirs à 19h, heure de l'Atlantique, dans la chambre de CQ Maritime 60207. Ce réseau est ouvert à tous les radios amateurs des provinces maritimes et est situé pour une période de 1 heure. All amateurs willing to be called in by the province, amateurs will be called in by the province. When you check in, please give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After all maritime stations are called in, we'll check to see if there's any outside of the maritime area stations to make sure that everyone can take part. Les stations vont être par province. Quand vous allez appeler, s'il vous plaît, donnez vos lettres d'appel en phonétique. Après que toutes les stations des provinces maritimes auront participé au réseau, les stations hors des maritimes auront la chance de aussi participer. You're reminded that due to the delay in the system, key up for a few seconds, 1 or 2 seconds before transmitting, and keep the PVT on for about a second or two after your transmission has finished, just to make sure that the whole transmission goes through the different networks. Juste un rappel du délai du système. N'oubliez pas d'activer la transmission et attendre 1 seconde ou 2 avant de parler et 1 seconde ou 2 après votre transmission est finie pour faire sûr que la communication a la chance de se promener à travers du réseau. Okay, so as I mentioned, net controller this evening is Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November, name here is Yvon, and we'll be controlling the net out of Dieppe, New Brunswick. Donc, le contrôleur ce soir est VA1 VON, le prénom Yvon. Et je vais contrôler le réseau à partir de la ville de Dieppe. Okay, so before we get going, is there any announcements for the net? Est-ce qu'il y aurait des annonces pour le réseau ce soir? VA1 VON, VE1 VON, standing by for announcements. So this is the Maritime Fusion net. It's Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. And we're going to get things going with the New Brunswick stations. Station du Nouveau-Brunswick. So if you're in New Brunswick and you'd like to check into the Maritime Fusion net, please come back with your call. We'll put you in the queue. Donc, les stations du Nouveau-Brunswick. So we're now listening for New Brunswick calls. VE1 VON, net controller standing by.
Echo 9, Golf, Charlie. Victor?
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha, portable. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Echo Charlie.
Okay, we're going to pause there for New Brunswick stations. We're going to start things going with Mr. Gordon, V9 Golf Charlie. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON with the net, VE9 GC. Bonsoir, Yvon. Et tout ça fréquence. C'est Gordon ici at Notre Dame. No particular traffic. Just wanted to pop in and say good evening to everybody. It's cool enough a bit. 13 degrees here now. It was up to 19 degrees, and we had a marvelous steak on the barbecue. I just actually finished supper and zipped in here to the shack to try and get on the air. With that, I hope everybody has a good week, and we look forward to the net next week. Thank you for doing the net, Yvon, and thank you for calling me in. VE1 VON, VE9 GC.
See VE1 VON returning very best, Gordon. Thank you much for checking in. Hope you enjoyed your barbecue. Looks like it's going to rain for the next 2 days. So you're the one that jinxed us. Just kidding. Hope it was a good meal. I smelled barbecues everywhere when I go walk the subdivision. It's like, oh, sign of spring. Next on the list is Gus V9 Golf Uniform Sierra. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
V1 VON. Yvon, how are you tonight? This is V9G West here in Moncton. I don't have much traffic, other than I went out, myself and a neighbor went out for a ride on a blanket about 40 minutes ago. We just got home 5 minutes ago to beat that black sky and pull in the grass. And boy, is it pouring down here right now. It's just a coming. I say, raining like buckets. Anyway, I'm home. I'm dry. And I'm going to sit back and relax and listen with interest for the rest of the net. Thank you for calling me in, Yvon. Take care. 7-3 to 1 and all. The E9GUS clear.
Hey, V9GUS, V1 viewing training. Yeah, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Yeah, I was watching that on the radar there. I was hopefully we're not going to get thunder and lightning because I might run away. I usually ground my coax there. Anyway, I have a decent setup for what I'm doing there, but I'm always careful when there's thunder and lightning. And I knew there was some there from this storm coming up maybe an hour ago. Hopefully it's gone. Okay, so next on the list is Mr. Parvan, V9 Papa Kilo Victor. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, this is Victor Echo 9, Papa Kilo Victor, Praveen and Sackville. No traffic, just a mark for the book. And thank you very much for doing the net. And the 73 to everyone else who's on the net and listening. And 73 to you also. Take care. Off and clear.
Papa Kilo Victor, Roger. Thank you much for checking in, as always. You're one of our regulars, so we appreciate that. Hope the weather is nice there in your neck of the woods. I'm suspecting you'll get the big black cloud that we're having right now in Moncton, probably in about 20 or so minutes. Okay, so next on the list is Mr. Oscar, V9OSK, Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Oscar. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
V1 V1, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Bonsoir, Yvon. Tout le monde dans le réseau ce soir. I just want to say that I think I did a good move. I put some fertilizer on my lawn there, and I think she's going to get nice and soaked there. So probably doing some mowing next week, early next week there, Yvon. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling me in. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
Hey, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, Roger. Thank you much for checking in, Oscar. Appreciate that. Next on the list is JP, I believe, V9 Alpha Delta Victor. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
V1, this is VE9ADV, JP here in Dieppe. Bonsoir, Yvon. Merci d'animer le réseau ce soir. Hello, everyone on CQ Maritime's Net here this evening, and a little bit like Gus here, and then say hi to Gus and Oscar and Bob there behind me. I was out on the motorcycle tonight. I was going up West Main Street in Moncton, and all I could see was this big black cloud. So I turned around, came back home, and I just made it in the garage, and drops were falling. I'm not made out of sugar, but if I can avoid the rain, even better. So. Anyways, like Gus, I was trying to get a little small ride in before we get into the bad weather. 7-3s to everyone, and Yvon, thanks again for doing the net. Good evening and good rest of the week. From Victor Echo 9, Alpha Delta Victor, back to you, Yvon.
V9 Alpha Delta Victor, Mr. JP, very best. Thanks for checking in, and I hope you enjoyed your little bike ride there. Although it looks like Saturday. I think Saturday will be a really, really nice riding day. I don't think tomorrow is something without a. Yeah, I think it's going to be pouring all day. Okay, so next on the list is Bob, I believe. V9 BOF, Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
V1 VON. And Maritime Fusion Net. This is V9 POF. Good evening, Yvonne. We had a pretty good day today. Went to the club, and then we come home and spent most of the afternoon doing some work in the backyard. And we're not finished, but well, if she rains some more, well, we'll take a break, and if she doesn't rain, well, we'll do some more work. No further traffic. Have a good night, 73s. VE9 BOF, we're clear.
And V9 VOF, V1 V1 returning very best. Well, thanks so much for checking in. And just like that, at the bottom of that list, we're going to swing over to PEI, Station de l'Île du Prince-Édouard. So we're now looking for PEI stations. Station de l'Île du Prince-Édouard. VE1 VON, standing by for PEI stations. Go ahead, please. V9 Tango Victor in New Brunswick yet. Hey, V9 Tango Victor, VE1 VON, go ahead for your check-in. And everybody on net, Omer here in Shediac. Just Mike brought me a radio here, and I'm just waiting for my turn to see if I can get in here. So it's new to me here, so again, back to you, Yvonne, V9 Tango Victor. Hey, V9 Tango Victor, Roger. Thanks so much for checking in, Matt. Hope you have a pleasant evening. Okay, so we're going to swing back to Nova Scotia, Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. So we're looking for Nova Scotia stations. VE1 VON, standing by for Nova Scotia stations. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. Go ahead, please.
Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango, VA1 MRT.
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Ch.
Okay, so we're going to pause there. I'm not sure if the network's fully open in Nova Scotia. It's pretty quiet. Okay, so get things going with Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net, and go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November. This is Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango. The name here is Matt, coming to you from up here at Cape Breton Island. Just kind of trying out something different here this evening. Just I got my Yaesu FT3DR set up in PDN mode, and it's transmitting via RF to my FTM 300 here in the mobile. So I thought I'd give it a test on the digital and see how this would work. And I was kind of listening to the live stream, just was kind of curious to make sure my my audio was going to come across, and sure enough, it was working. So another way of communicating. That set up to my base station antenna, and be able to get a little more digital action around here during the nets. So just another way of getting into the net and checking in with you guys. Other than that, it was a beautiful day up here on the island. I think we hit about 17 degrees, sunny, and looks like it's not going to last, but it's a good sign of things to come. So we'll take it from there. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, and thanks for checking me in. This is Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango, 73.
Tango, Roger. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. And nice. I have you at 293 kilometers from my station. So far you're our current record breaker of distance. So it's kind of neat that we can do that in digital with this kind of environment there. I'm quite liking the Fusion, as many others are, so there's a lot of potential. Okay, so with that, we're going to go check in with the Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie. Mr. Don, good evening. Welcome to the RGNet, the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, Yvonne, and I guess everybody in the Maritimes and the few that's been on. I missed it a little bit. I'm all tuckered out. I've been working out there in my berry patch. But anyway, it's a nice day out there. It got hotter and hotter. Got up to 20 here today, where I am and in other places. But anyway, out there we're driving steel posts in the ground, straightening some, putting wire cables on. The deer have a habit in the winter months of doing hurdle jumps over my trellis systems, and they hardly ever make it over top. It's always through. I don't know why they can't walk the way they run. Like, you know, if the wires are north and south, why don't they walk north and south and eat my berry bushes? But they want to go crossways. And anyway, I think I'm almost done, so I might take a break for a week, and then I'll put a little more fertilizer on later on. But I enjoy being out all the time. There's all kinds of birds here, new ones up for the summer, spring and summer here. I can't think of what they are right now, but because I'm so tired. But anyway, the signs of spring are here anyway, and as soon as the leaves come out, I imagine the birds will be nesting, and they'll be chirping up a lot more. So anyway, spring is on the way, and before you know it, I could mow my grass today. I heard somebody mention fertilizing it today, maybe the next week mow it. Well, I can mow parts of mine now, and believe it or not, the deer have been eating the green grass there most of the winter because it's been fertilized. You fertilize it, and you get green grass. It won't die out so bad compared to grass that's not fertilized. But anyway, Yvonne, thanks for calling me in. Now we can let somebody else get in there. Thanks for calling me in, 7-3.
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie. Roger, Don. Thank you much for checking in, my friend. Have you had 114 kilometers from my station? Great to hear you on the air. Okay, so I think we're going to stay with Nova Scotia for one more call because we just got two people there, so we'll give everybody else a chance. So we're going to stay with Nova Scotia for the next call, and then we'll move back to another province. So we're still looking for Nova Scotia stations. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. The VE1 VUN standing by for Nova Scotia stations. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Whiskey Juliet.
A portable.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey.
Okay, so we're going to pause there. So we'll get things going with John, VE1 Charlie Whiskey Juliet. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Thanks, Yvonne. Very good evening to you. VE1 VON and the Maritime Fusion Net from VE1 CWJ. I come to you portable tonight from Bible Hill through Hal's node, VE1 LV. So thank you, Hal, too, for that. And it's been a while since I checked into this net, but nice to listen tonight, and good to be able to check in there. So we'll enjoy listening to the rest of it, and thanks for calling us in, Yvonne. A great week to everybody aboard. 7-3, VE1 VON from VE1 CWJ.
Hey, VE1 CWJ, Mr. John, very best. Thank you much for checking in, my friend. Pleasure to hear you there. Hope things are going well at Bible Hill. I know that place a little bit. We did summer camp there with the Air Cadets for gliding. And we actually stayed in the summer there at the Agricultural College. Beautiful place. I was quite young back then, but I'll remember it. Okay, so next on the list is Mr. Curtis, VE1 Foxtrot Oscar X3, FOX. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, Yvonne, VE1, VON, VE1 Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray, in the mobile portable. We're up sitting on the 101 right now, just outside of Windsor there, Yvonne, so we're coming to you naturally with the VE180H on the FT70D handheld here. So we did make the trip. I didn't think you grabbed a hold of me at that time there, for sure there, Yvonne. Anyway, we won't hold it up. Just thanks for letting me bring me into the net this evening there. So with that, we'll give it back to you, and we'll watch the traffic here. They think I might be an RC or somewhere with a post or not. You never can tell with these fellas here. Anyway, everybody have a great evening there, and we haven't been on the airwave too much. We just got out the first time there for quite a while being on the radio there. Problems there with the highs and stuff and the headaches, and I just went for a drive tonight just to get out for a little bit there away from the house. So with that, we'll give it back to you, Yvonne. Again, thanks for letting me into the Maritime Fusion net. So VE1 VON with the Maritime Fusion net, VE1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray Portable. 73, Yvonne, back to you.
And Victor Echo 1 Fox Oscar X-Ray portable. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Next on the list is Eric. Victor Echo 1 Juliet Whiskey. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good evening, Yvonne. Yeah, I tried a couple times to get in the first round, and a couple times this round. I wasn't sure if you heard me or not. Just the big pile-ups for the net. Yeah, that's a good sign, I guess, that you're getting lots of customers. Beautiful day here, yeah. I think it hit 21 or 22 here this afternoon. Was out for a little bit and got a haircut and was outside and barbecued some stuffer. And other than that, didn't go too much slim. I have a little pain in my arm today, but so didn't accomplish an awful lot. But anyway, we did get out and enjoy some of the nice weather for a bit. And played on the radio a little bit. Wasn't too successful. Tried to work a few countries that I needed, but wasn't successful, so it was not a very good day on the radio. But as far as making any contacts, but we did listen, chatted with a few folks on 2 meters here on the digital and whatever, and passed the day. But anyway, good thing, I guess. Tomorrow sounds like could be wet, and Friday could be a bit of rain and messy for a couple of days. So we'll take it. I fertilized my lawn, and I'm hoping this rain. Had a little shower, and it soaked in some of it, but I still see some of it on the lawn there, so I'm hoping this rain will soak the rest of it in. Then I got a little seeding to do to patch a couple of spots that I did last year, and I seeded. They could stand a little more seed. They didn't quite fill in as good as they should, so once the fertilizer washes in, I don't want to put my seed on and burn it, so got to get that fertilizer soaked in first. VE1 JW.
And V1 JW, Eric, very best. Thank you much for checking in this evening. Appreciate that. And just like that, we're at the bottom of the list for Nova Scotia, so we're going to swing to Prince Edward Island. Stations for Prince Edward Island. Station de l'île du Prince-Édouard. VE1 VON, net controller, is standing by for PEI stations. Go ahead, please.
Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie.
And Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie. Mr. Sterling, I believe. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, VE2 SEC. Good evening, Yvonne. Everyone on net. It was a nice day here today. It's still 16 according to the Weather Channel, but took a run to the hardware store today and got some more raking done. But other than that, we'll say good evening to everyone on net and take care. This is Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie, saying 7-3.
Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie. Very best. Thank you much for checking in, Sterling, and hope you have a good day. And just like that, we're at the end of that list. We're going to swing back to New Brunswick.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
VE9 MCA portable.
Victor Echo 9, Papa India November, VE9 PIN.
Victor Echo 9, Romeo Sierra Hotel.
Victor Echo 9er, Foxtrot Charlie Papa. Okay, we're going to pause there for New Brunswick stations. We're going to get things going with Victor Echo 9er, Charlie Golf Lima. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Yvonne, and everybody else on the Maritime Fusion Net. Yes, we're hearing the guys down there in the province and Nova Scotia that you guys had nice temperature over there. So it's not the same here in the northern New Brunswick there, and I'm in Saint Andre next to Grand Falls. My name is Germain, and we had snow most of the day, and after that it started to rain, changed to a rain, and right now the temperature is +1 and still have some rain, but there still have a few flakes of snow on the lawns and everywhere. It's a little bit white, but besides that, we've got to get through it. So 7-3 to all, and take care and stay safe from VE9 Charlie Golf Lima.
Yeah, V9 Charlie Golf Lima, Mr. Germain. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. And take care up there. You guys are getting hit hard. There's snow, and I think it's 15 to maybe 20 centimeters. So it's like, wow. I guess winter doesn't want to leave you guys. Okay, so next on the list is Mr. Paul, V9 PAL, Papa Alpha Lima. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, VE1 VON. This is VE9 PAL. How you doing there, Ivan, and everybody else on the net? Yeah, she's raining out there. She's still 15 degrees, but other than that, we had a beautiful day. Got some gravel for my driveway. All I gotta do now is spray it. Somebody's supposed to come there hopefully this weekend and spread that for me. But anyway, other than that, you guys all have a great and safe week. Take care of yourself. V9 PAL.
PAL, Mr. Paul, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Don, V9 Charlie Uniform Bravo, Mr. Cub. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. With
Victor Echo 1 VON. This is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo here on handheld. Thanks, Yvonne, for doing the net and calling me in. No real traffic. I just come in to say hi and well, I wish everybody a good week, a good and safe week. So with that, Yvonne, I'll give it back to you. Victor Echo 1 VON. This is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo, 73 to all, and thanks again, Yvonne, for calling me in.
V9 CUB, Mr. Don, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Always a pleasure to hear you on the air there. Next on the list, Mr. Mike with his brand new shiny call there. Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha. Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Victor Echo 1 Victor Oscar November with the Maritime Fusion net, Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha, which was my original call. My new call is V9MTV. But yeah, I'm using my portable FT2 DR going through my node downstairs. So I'm transmitting with half a watt upstairs and going out the other way there through the node. Just testing it out. Everything seems to be working fine, so I'm happy with that. And eventually I'm going to get this one, the FT2 on his own personal node there too. And if Paul is listening there, PAL, or anybody in the Irishtown area, when I'm on the air, you can check in on Simplex, and you could go to my node to get on the Maritime or whatever room I'm on. You could go to my node to get in there too. So that's about it, Yvon. Have a good net. Bonjour à tous les radioamateurs francophones sur le réseau. Et puis, bonne semaine. Et soyez prudents. Thank you, Yvon. Have a nice net there. Thanks for checking me in. VE1VON, VE9MCA.
Mike Charlie Alpha, Mr. Mike, how do you like your new little portal, or new to you?
Oh, I like it very much. It's a learning curve too. You got to learn a whole new way of programming things, and but I have the software ordered with the programming cable too. But I was nothing like learning how to program in manual to learn your radio. So I'm doing that now. But what's nice about the program is if, let's say, I go to Montreal or whatever, I can download all the frequencies out there, load it in my radio, and when I come back, I dump back my original one. So that's the beauty of the software for sure. So back to you, Yvon. Have a good night there. Really happy with my purchase there. Bought it secondhand, but very good shape there. So happy with that. The price was good too. Back to you, Yvon. VE1VON, VE9MCA. Portable.
Okay, portable, Mr. Mike. Very best again there. I love mine, so I'm sure you'll love yours as well. Next on the list is Mr. Bert, VE9 Papa, India, November. Bert, did you wax your Mini Cooper? What's with the snow in your area?
Snow. Who saw snow there? Is it Sylvain? No, Germain. He must have had some cigarette smoke in his glasses there. There's no snow around here. It's been 15 degrees all day. No, it would have been nice. I was listening to the boys there in Nova Scotia this afternoon, and one was saying, I got merely 19 degrees today and all that. And I said, holy gee, that's not what we're having here for sure. It's been mostly snowy all day. Started with little salty balls there. The grass came a little bit white, and mid-afternoon it was all gone again, but the pave stayed wet all the time. Now we've got a quarter of a mile visibility, and I'm not even able to see the river or in Madawaska. And the cars around me, well, they're all full of snow. Same thing as the roofs and the grass. It's probably have 3/4 of an inch about now. And no, we got snow for sure. And the minis, well, there's two who are still sleeping. The O2 usually get out around the 24th for the IRG meeting. But we don't have our IRG meeting again this year, so it's probably going to stay in for another week or two. And we've got the 16 there that we bought in 17 as overstock or whatever there. It was still in the yard, so we bought it. And that one is in all-wheel drive, so that one drives all year round.
and I just turned 70,000 clicks there in 4 years, so that's what goes with that one. Besides that, pleasant evening, safe weekend, very safe for Nova Scotia there, because we were bad at a certain time, but I guess everybody's going to get bad, or maybe not everybody, but I just heard on the news that you guys didn't have a good day there with the active case. So us, we're still, yesterday we had 0, today we had 4, I think, in the region. We're still in the red locked zone, so probably like that for another week or so. So be safe as much as possible, and
Hey, V9PIN, Mr. Bert Fairbairn, how much for checking in, Bert? Take care. I know you guys are having a rough time up there. So, okay, so next on the list is Mr. Reg, V9 Romeo Sierra Hotel. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, folks. Just wanted to say hi. Not much to report here in Berry Mills. I was able to get the truck washed and waxed, and then Mother Nature decided that it needed washed again. So just sitting here watching the rain come down and playing with the dogs and cleaning some oil lamps. Anyways, I'll turn it back over to you. Thanks for checking me in.
Hey, V9 Romeo Sierra Hotel, Mr. Reg. I knew somebody in the net washed and waxed their car. They made the weather gods mad, and that's why we're getting rain and snow now. Okay, next on the list is Mr. Francis from North Pole, New Brunswick, V9 Foxtrot Sierra Papa. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON for the Maritime Fusion Net from VE9 FCP. Good evening, Yvonne, and good evening to everyone on the Maritime Net this evening, or I should say the Maritime Fusion Net. Getting a little confused there. Well, we had pretty well rain all day today, but tomorrow we're supposed to get rain, risk of thunder showers, and flurries on Friday, and maybe some sunshine on Saturday. So, hey, if you don't like the weather, just wait a day. It's bound to change. Other than that, no traffic, Yvonne. Wishing everyone a great week ahead. We'll say 7-3 all around. VE1 VON from VE9 FCP through the VE9 BAT repeater in Bathurst.
Hey, V9 SCP, Mr. Francis, very best. Thank you much for checking in. And just like that, we're at the bottom of the New Brunswick list. We're going to swing back to Nova Scotia, Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. So we're now looking for Nova Scotia stations. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. VE1 VON, net controller standing by. VE1 VON, contrôleur, demeure à l'écoute pour les stations de la Nouvelle-Écosse. So we're looking for Nova Scotia stations. Go ahead, please. Victor Echo 1, Bravo, India, Charlie.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra.
Victor Alpha 1, Bravo, India, Lima. Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Bravo, Lima.
Okay, we're going to pause there for Nova Scotia stations. Also, I saw a couple of stations pop up on the screen, but I did not hear any voice, so I will be calling you in sequence, assuming that you were calling in and maybe just the voice didn't carry through. So, I believe that was, let's see, IQ and Bic, I think it was. I just saw you pop on the screen there, so. Okay, so we're going to take things going with Mr. Ron, VE1 Bravo India Charlie. Good evening, Ron. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please. VE1 VON from Ron, near and Amherst, Romeo Oscar November.
Yeah, very good evening, Yvonne. And yes, I heard all the Moncton boys talking about the black cloud there, and I got on the new weather map on Environment Canada. You can just see the precipitation going right up the Bay of Fundy, right up through Moncton. But it missed us here in Amherst, and we got a beautiful evening here. Yeah, it's going to be a little unsettled for a while, but yeah, we're hoping, it's going to be nice in May. I think May is going to be a great month. Hoping all this mess will settle down. We can get outside and enjoy it. Thanks for calling me in there, Yvonne, and have a great night. 73 VE1 VON from VE1 BIC.
On BIC, VE1 VON returning very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec, IQ. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
And a very good evening to you on a beautiful day here in Greenwood and in the Annapolis Valley. And I guess not much else to report from here. Just sitting back, listening to the net. VE1, India, Quebec.
And VE1 India, Quebec, VE1 VON returning very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is James, VE1 Juliet, Charlie Sierra. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thanks for calling me in. It's Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie Sierra, James and Antigonish. Not much going on here. It was a nice day today, about 13 degrees, or 20 degrees actually. A little cool wind, but it was still felt nice out in the sun. Other than that, not much going on. You have yourself a great net. And 7-3 from Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie Sierra.
And VE1 Juliet, Charlie Sierra, Mr. James, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Rob, VE1 Romeo Whiskey Juliet. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please. And V1RMJ, Rob Britt, thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Bill, Victor Alpha 1, Bravo, India, Lima. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, VA1 VIL. Good evening, Yvonne, and everybody on the Maritime Fusion Net. Lots of rain down here where I am in the Annapolis Valley at the moment. So I guess the good weather's over for a couple of days here. I think it got up to about 21 degrees here today, so it was a beautiful day. Not really much else to report. All the best with net, and I'll say 7-3, VA1 BIL clear.
And Victor Alpha 1, Bravo, India, Lima. Roger. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is our friend Jim. Mr. Jim, VE1 JBL. Good evening, Jim. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON and the Maritime Fusion at VE1 JBL. Good evening, Yvonne, and all on frequency. Sounds like you've got a pretty good net going there. It's 4 to 8 here. I'm late getting in here, but out all day. Beautiful day here. I'd love to know where this fine line is between the snow and the rain and the sunny weather, but it must be some fine line. That's all I can say. But anyways, yeah, 19.7 was the last I saw here today. I've been out cutting wood most of the day here and cleaning up the yard. And it's still plus 17 here, and we got blue sky. It is dark off to the distance. If I look across the water here, it is dark. We still got blue sky here, so still a beautiful evening here. I think we'll go take a bike ride here after the net's over here. And anyways, yeah, I guess we ran into a little bit of problem with the COVID down in Halifax. I guess they got a couple of spots down there that they got quite an outbreak there, and they ended up canceling the World Women's Hockey Tournament. I was looking forward to that, but they canceled that this afternoon, I guess. So no women's hockey coming up there. So they've, anyways, but oh well, keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully everything is fine. I know they did have one case in Oxford. It's the closest I've seen it for quite a while here, but. Anyways, we'll just keep our distance and do our thing out here in the country. Thanks, Yvonne, for calling me in. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll be talking to you. VE1 VON in the Maritime Fusion at VE1 JBL, Jim out in Tignish Bridge, Nova Scotia, 7-3 for now.
VE1 VON joining. Very best, Jim. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. And just like that, we're at the bottom of that list. So we're just going to pause at the Maritime Station and see if there's any outside of the Maritime Station. So we're looking for stations outside of the Maritime Province. Si on a checké dans ce change, on regarde pour les stations hors des provinces maritimes. Voici votre opportunité de checker in sur le réseau. VE1 VON is standing by for out of Maritime Province. Contact, go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9 Oscar stroke W4 portable.
Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, Frank in Sudbury, Ontario.
Okay, so we're going to go check in with November 1, Charlie Delta November. Mr. Steve, good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net, and I believe you're my record breaker for distance this evening. Welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, Yvonne. I was thinking I was taking that trophy home. Name is Steve. I'm located in Seminole, Florida, which is between St. Pete and Clearwater, 6 kilometers inland from the Gulf of Mexico. Currently sitting in the backyard watching the dog stare through the fence at the neighbor and listening to the air conditioner run. It's about 24 degrees here right now. We hit a high of 26 today, and some light clouds to our north, but otherwise it's Chamber of Commerce weather. And just getting ready to tear the pool down and throw it in the garbage. And we've bought some materials to work on the fence that borders us and the neighbor to the south of us, who's kind of a bit of a dick, if I have to say so. And so we're going to clean things up and get ready for the summertime. My wife was just saying that she wanted to get a gazebo and put it on the deck here. Deck is 14 by 17 feet. It's composite material, but it gets hot. My goodness, it gets hot in the sun. And I am a permanent resident of Florida. I live here all year round, and hopefully, if I don't get to cruise this summer, we have a cruise booked for September, and if they cancel that, we're hoping they'll allow us to cross the border and get into Canada during August and get into Moncton and attend one of the Marcy meetings. That would be fun. And I did get a chance to attend the meeting online over the weekend, which was interesting. So anyway, Yvonne, good net. Good to hear you. I tried to get in a couple of times to get caught up in the pileup and didn't make it through. Everybody, I am Victor Echo 9 Oscar. The station, while it's on this side of the border, is officially licensed as November 1 Charlie Delta November. And yes, that's a vanity call sign, number 1 Canadian.
And November 1, Charlie Delta November, Mr. Steve. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. I got you clocked at 2,577 kilometers from my station. So, nice to saw you at the meeting, and nice to hear you this evening. Next on the list is Frank, Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please. And I see that you're operating the FT3D. Let me know how you like your little portable. I have the FT2D. Go ahead, please, Frank.
V1 VON, this is Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, Frank in Sudbury. And my FT3D is just wonderful. I love the color touchscreen and just love using it, although I do still love the FT2D that I have. And I actually just set it up for PDN on one of my laptops there. So whenever I go mobile, I'll be setting up the FT2D as my node. But definitely nice to hear everyone in there, and everyone's taking care and what have you. And I love N1CDN's vanity call. Oh man, that is awesome. I love it. So anyways, not much more to report. So with that, I'll send it back to you, Yvonne. This is Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, waving a hand from Sudbury, Ontario. 7-3s, everyone.
And Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, Mr. Frank from Ontario. Very best. Got you clocked at 1,244 kilometers. But Steve got you beat both in distance and nice weather. So we just can't wait for summer to get here. It's way too long there. Okay, so just like that, we're at the bottom of that list. And we're going to swing back to New Brunswick. Station du Nouveau-Brunswick. So we're looking for New Brunswick stations. Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November, name here is Yvonne. We're controlling the net. And we're now listening for New Brunswick station, Station du Nouveau-Brunswick. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, November Alpha Tango. Victor Echo 1, November Alpha Tango.
Victor Echo 9, Echo Lima Alpha. VE1 OL, VE1 Oscar Lima, name is Aubrey.
Victor Echo 9 Alpha India, VE9 AI. So we're going to pause this for New Brunswick station and get things going with Madame Nathalie, VE1 November Alpha Tango. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please.
Salutations Yvon, salutations à tout le monde qui sont à l'écoute. Hi everyone. Puis c'est ça, pas grand chose de nouveau. Bert a pas mal tout dit tantôt. Puis moi aussi j'opère avec un FT3. Donc ça va bien parce que c'est Bert qui me l'a tout programmé. Parce que moi je suis pas sûre que ça aurait aussi bien marché. Puis, c'est ça. Fait que pas grand-chose de nouveau à part ça. Je te souhaite une bonne fin de soirée. Merci d'animer le réseau. Puis, à la prochaine.
Madame Nathalie, very best. Bonne soirée. Merci d'avoir checké in. Next on the list is Mr. Keith, VE1 Echo Lima Alpha. Good evening, Keith. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
V1 VON, V9 ELA. Good evening, Yvonne. Good evening to everybody on the net. It was actually quite nice to hear VE9 Oscar out of Florida there. He was attended our meeting the other day, which was nice to see him. Hopefully he'll get across the border, come up and attend one of our meetings in person. Anyhow, just got back from a walk. Got caught in the rain a little bit. It just started to rain here in Moncton, so I guess it's we're in for a couple of days of it. Anyhow, and then sunshine after that. Anyhow, take care. 7-3s to all. Thanks for doing it there, Yvonne, and have a good one. VE9 Echo Lima Alpha.
Hey, VE9 Echo Lima Alpha, Mr. Keith. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Aubrey, Victor Echo 1 Oscar Lima. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yes, so we're getting on here tonight, Yvonne. Thanks for doing the net, and thanks for calling me in. And it was a beautiful day here in Quispam-Sis until this evening, and now it's raining, but no complaints. It's been very dry lately. I've had my second vaccination, so I'm all set there, and another week or so the second one will kick in, and I'll feel a little bit safer. And nice to hear the station in Florida there. Sounded real nice, and I can picture the weather there and that great big deck. Anyway, Yvonne, thanks for calling me in, and I'll say good night to you and everybody on the net. And I still wish we had a fusion repeater in southern New Brunswick, but not yet. Back to you, VE1OL.
And V1OL, VE1 VON returning. Very best, Aubrey. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Victor Echo 9 Alpha India AI. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, net control. VE9 AI, Gary and Fredericton on the Fredericton repeater. Raining hard here. It was a nice day, but up until supper time, then it's been raining since. So with that, not much else to add here tonight. Just good evening to one and all on frequency. Have a great week. VE9 AI, clear.
And V9 AI, Gary, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. And just like that, bottom of that list, let's swing to see if there's anybody else on PI. George, you're around. I haven't heard you or seen you lately. So VE1 VON is looking for PI. Station de l'île du Prince-Édouard. VE1 VON standing by. That's it for PI station. Swing back down to Nova Scotia. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. Any station in Nova Scotia wishing to check in? Now's your chance. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. VE1 VON standing by for Nova Scotia stations. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu Bravo.
And Victor Echo and Zulu Bravo, my friend Mike. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1, VON, VON Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Yvonne. I'm going to keep it short. My battery is low, and I'm outside here. And I'll say 7-3. VE1, VON, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Bonsoir.
V1 Zulu Bravo. Mr. Mike, very best. Thank you much for checking in, Mike. Appreciate that. You're number 33. So thank you for making that effort. Okay, so I think we're just going to open up the net because we're just getting the odd station. So any stations anywhere that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, now's your chance. Deux stations, n'importe où. Contrôleur V1 VON. The net control is VE1 VON. Name here is Yvon. Controlling the net out of Dieppe, New Brunswick, which is like the southeastern tip of New Brunswick, or there's about. The gateway to Nova Scotia. So basically, any station anywhere. VE1 VON standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor.
I may have doubled there, but this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar India Victor, John from Central Oregon. No traffic, and good afternoon to everybody.
Hey, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar India Victor, Mr. John. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. Did you want to tell us the weather and so forth, John? And I'll check you in as well. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar India Victor. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Let's see here. I'm in Central Oregon, which is a little east of Bend, Oregon, if anybody knows where that is. The weather down here is pretty nice. We're at, I don't know the Celsius of it, but we're at about 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Low winds, and it's a beautiful sunny day. So enjoying that, and been doing a lot of work here on my property, and just enjoying the day. And I like to listen in on the CQ Maritimes net. So I appreciate you taking my check-in, and we'll send it back to you. And good afternoon, KJ7 OIV.
KJ7 OIV, Mr. John. Thank you much for checking in, and you're my record breaker this evening. I thought Florida was going to be my record, but nope, you're it. I got you on the clock there at 4,411 kilometers from my station. So thank you. Appreciate that. I always like to have a record breaker there. Okay, so we're going to swing back to my friend Kevin. Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, VE1 Kilo Echo Victor. Very good evening, Yvonne. And all the others there on the net. Yeah, I think John was a little bit closer to me. He's 4,395 or something like that. a little bit closer to Amherst versus the city. Anyway, good evening to all the checkers there on the net there, and hi to Joe coming up behind me. I seen his call sign, but I didn't hear any audio with Joe. But anyway, we'll say hi to Joe there as well. And like everywhere else in the Maritimes, it was a gorgeous day, that's for sure. We went up to Moncton there this morning and loaded up, and then had to come back and work around Amherst a little bit there. So it was a good day for sure. And I hear for the next couple days or a few days, I think we're going to be just getting some rain and a little bit cooler temperatures as we get closer to the weekend. So anyway, whatever it is, what it is, I guess. We'll say that's it from here anyway, Yvonne. Thank you very much for checking me in. Thanks for doing the net. And we'll say 7-3 for now. VE1 VON from VE1 Kilo Echo Victor. 7-3. Oh, we've been listening all along there on the YouTube channel. 7-3.
And Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor, Mr. Kevin. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Kevin. Geez, I get better range with Fusion by hitting John at 4,400 kilometers. I think I get better range with Fusion than my HF. That's an old side for my station. Joe, you're next. Mr. PEI, Victor Yankee 2, Juliet Charlie. Good evening, Joe. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Good. And Victor Yankee 2, Juliet Charlie. Joe, I'm not getting any audio. I did get a transmit, but no audio. If you want to try again. He needs to reboot his radio. Back again. There. Next round, I'll call you back in. Okay, so we're at the bottom of that list. We're gonna go any stations anywhere. VE1 VO, standing by for the Maritime Fusion Net. Any station, n'importe où. VE1 contrôleur, à l'écoute. VE1 VON, standing by for any station anywhere.
VE3 Victor Papa Delta.
And Victor Echo 3, Victor Papa Delta. Mr. Tom, good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening. No traffic for the net, just a cheerful hello here from Sudbury. Had the radio on scan and heard the net going. Figured, well, grab the mic, say hello, and see what's taking place. You guys getting any of that white stuff that nobody wants to see? I heard that down that area there, they're supposed to be getting, unfortunately, that white fungus.
Three Victor Papa Delta, Mr. Tom. Yeah, some of us are northwestern New Brunswick in particular, and I think most of the southern part is going to be moderate to heavy rain there. So I'm thinking everything will be quite a bit soaked or a little bit white, depending on where you are in the province. How's the weather in your part of the province there?
Well, over here in Ontario, unfortunately, it's a little cooler. You know, we had 0 there today. Hopefully things will get back to being a little warmer. I think we got spoiled there by having our snow gone early and that. So, yep, hopefully it will get better. Okay, I'm not going to keep the net. Thank you very much for being there, and I believe it's V1 Victor Oscar November and Yvonne or something like that. The first thing, we'll see 73, and thanks for being there.
Try any stations anywhere. VE1 VON, standing by for the Maritime Fusion Net. Any station anywhere. Go ahead, please.
Any audio now, Yvonne?
Okay, last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. We're going to return everything back to normal use there in a second. Last call, dernier appel, Maritime Fusion Net, VE1 VON, standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu X-ray, V1ZX, and Joe did call back in there, Yvonne.
For checking in this evening. I'd also like to thank the owners of all the repeaters and nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand our area. And we always seem to have a few new ones every other week, so that's a good thing. Il y avait 37 stations sur le réseau ce soir. On aimerait remercier tous les amateurs qui ont participé au réseau ce soir. On aimerait également remercier les propriétaires des différents répéteurs et des stations digitales qui sont joints pour permettre une couverture territoriale. A recap of the net will be sent out to all amateurs via email. And for more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area Amateur website at www.maarc.ca and click on Club Activities and Net. Un compte rendu du réseau de ce soir sera envoyé à les membres via courrier. Pour plus d'informations sur le réseau Fusion Maritime, allez au site web du Moncton à www.maarc.ca. et appuyez sur la touche Club Activité des nets. Now that the club has concluded, the repeaters are now open for general use. This is Victor 1, Victor Oscar November, terminating the Maritime Fusion net for this Wednesday evening. Have a good evening. Take care, everyone, and thank you for your patience. Good night. Maintenant que le réseau est terminé, les répéteurs sont ouverts. Les VR terminé. 13. Good evening, everyone. The E1 V1 out.
V1 VON, N1 CDN. I still win the weather.